let's see. We are live. Yep. All right, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I have to. How was it 4 minutes ago? All right, give me a second. So, the whole point of today would be I was checking it out, right? So, I was checking out the last thumbnail that I had, and I was like, dang, that really would be cool if I could just actually make shelves and then put the creatures on it. But then I was like, you know what? That's a lot of work, and I might have to do that for another day. But today we're gonna put this on some poster paper, and we're gonna go from there because that is easier at this point. But I think I'm gonna have. I hope that's center. Yeah, that is center. I hope that in the future I can be able to do that because I think that would be so cool for me to be able to get as many of those in there as possible on actual like actual um, what am I trying to say? Like an actual shelf. Like just build the shelf and then put creatures on it, but yeah, I think about things a lot like that, and in the end, I'm like, well, where the heck is it gonna go? Because I'm running out of space, and if most of the stuff is like just for entertainment and nobody buys it, then I have stuff that nobody wants to buy, and I really don't like stuff like that. I don't like situations where I'm a creator. Once again, I'm creating as much as I can as possible because that is what, like, I really enjoy this. I enjoy the aspects of, like, in making something for the first time. And that feeling is, yeah, that feeling is ridiculous. So I told myself I was going to stop doing random stuff because, yeah, nobody wants to buy random things. They want things that they could bring home and they can enjoy or whatever the purpose of that idea is. And a lot of times I don't have that idea that people are going to buy things. They're just going to want to look at it, because that's all people want to do. Like if I had some really good shoes, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make these shoes, post them, and then somebody's gonna buy them. But that's not true because there has to be an interest in. There just has to be an interest, and a lot of times there is no interest. So I find myself falling short of meeting that demand. And I was told countless amount of times that you can't make things that people don't want. And so, if I could just draw, right? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm just drawing, and I don't have an issue with that. Like a lot of times, it'll go on paper, and then paper is paper. So a lot of times, there's no heart harm or issue with it. The fact it's going to go on paper, because I could just store it somewhere. Now, if I start making stuff like physical items and people don't buy it, then I run the risk of having to put everything in storage, and I just can't find myself to do stuff like that. I'm not going to get a storage unit uh, and put everything in, a $70, $80 storage unit because I can't keep everything in the house. That's insanity right there. But so what I just did, okay? So I just created a shape of the shelves, right? What's up? I'm Wildman. Hello. Kalizo. What's up, Kali? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? So I'm creating a space for all of the characters to sit on. And like I said before, it's just a space where a bunch of these creatures are going to sit. And yeah, that's really it. That is really, that's really how I see it. Yep. So hope everyone is ready for this one because I think the creatures today are going to be different, and I'm trying to stay consistent because I think this is something fun to do. At least I think so. I think it's, um, yeah, I think it's just something fun. Now you can, if you want to, you can type in the chat something that you would like to see drawn, and that would be cool too because I can draw a little bit of anything at this point because I just have skills. Yeah, I have skills. And yep, we got skills. So say what you want in the chat and I'll draw it up here. I'll put it on the shelf. It could be whatever. It doesn't have to be a creature. Just type it in the chat and I'll put it up here on the board. I'll put it up here. Oops. That is an incorrect shelf. That one looks like it's gonna break. Yep. You said, what are you doing? I'm making shelves. And I'm gonna put creatures on the shelves. Oh, why do I keep doing that? Yep. So I'm gonna draw in the spaces creatures. That's really it. Or whatever you want me to draw, I'll just put it up there and that's what we'll do. But I'm adding all of the shelves for this space. Yep, that's what I'm doing. Something easy. I think this is easy. I don't know. There's some dynamics uh, that seem pretty difficult for this, but yeah, that's really how I think it's easy. I don't know. People say they can't draw still, and this is more like AutoCAD, like in a sense, like some drafting type. That's what I feel like this is, and I'm having fun. Yep, I'm just using this red marker to give like places, something, 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 something. And it's easier to draw lines when you have, something straight. So I'm picking, okay, I'll pick that dot right there. You, yep, anything. I can draw anything. 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 We're gonna draw whatever. Almost. Like I said, I just have to add the shelves. That's it. Just add some shelves, and I think that's it. All right, we're good. We're gonna start with that then. What's happening, y'all? How we doing today? How goes the day? All right, so I like to think that some of the colors are already chosen because it's a surface that needs to have silhouettes or outlines of the creatures. So obviously I can't use the white marker for this one. I have green. I do have yellow. Yellow could be a good start for a color. I got blues. I got black. We'll try black. Oh yeah, here's what I'm rifling through right now. That's all it is. Yep, that's what I'm rifling through. For colors. All right. And maybe that's what I really should do. I should just make an actual shelf that would hold creatures. That would be something different. All right, well, we're gonna start because we don't have all day. We'll use blue, and we'll just add whatever we think. Yep, we'll just add whatever we think that we should add for this. And yep, just like that. We're just gonna add, and then we'll do a fill-in because obviously they're just silhouettes, and then we'll go from there. We're just trying to base it off of something that will just be sitting on shelves. That's really it. That is really. That's really it. I did get a text message though. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Don't hope. Just react to it. Just react to it.
Yeah, it's just that easy. It's just that easy. It kind of feels like I'm drawing on a whiteboard now instead of like a poster paper. But yeah, that's what we've done. We've done that. Let's see. We can add. Yep. Yeah, this really looks like a whiteboard. I'm glad I chose this color today, though. This is fascinating because I didn't even expect. I was thinking of using uh, a poster paper that would be black, but I was like, the first thing I grabbed was the white one, just through shuffling through it, and I was like, oh, let's just use this one, and there we go. Now we have something that we can use to help describe what it is that we're wanting to do. I like this one too. This one's gonna be good. This one's gonna be really good. Getting a good flow with these. Yeah, really good flow. I like this. And What do y'all think? Is this going somewhere, or is like should I add something else? What? Anything? I mean, I could draw. I could literally draw whatever up here. I really can. I literally could just add. I just have to see it. All right, I think I'm gonna turn this upside down because where did it go? Did it fall? No, it didn't fall. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Put you in my pocket. Okay. Okay. Like I said, I literally just have to see whatever it is, and then I can just draw it. Like it's really not that difficult. So once again, I'm just drawing the outlines or silhouettes of the creature, and then I'm just going to fill it in. Uh, but the whole point is just to start somewhere, and yeah, that's really it. Just to start somewhere. What do you think? Silence. I love silence. Just makes me feel included. That's what it makes me feel. Interesting. I'll come back to that one. Add something there, but we'll figure it out. Sometimes you just can't you just can't rush perfection. We're almost done. We have like what, 4 squares? Yeah, we're almost done. And then we got this other corner too. Let's see what we can do about this empty corner. So we got 2 more spaces. I think I want to fill up somewhere here, and then something obviously has got to go in there. I mean, I would take any type of suggestion. It could be whatever, anything, anything to add to the wall of shelves. We have anything, like anything. There's like 4 people here. Somebody could say something. Just be like, get your name up there. I don't know, whatever the case might be. We still need to do something here too. Let's just put. whatever. It's just whatever. Let me see. I could probably do. I have an interesting like three corners profile for characters. Some strange reason. I think that's what it is. What else? We got one more space we can. One more space. What should it be? One more. I appreciate the likes too. Man, it's always like two likes. Two likes. It's very interesting. One more space. We'll just do large. I guess that's it. If I want to add another character, probably would be in this space too. Um, that would be. That would be easy. Um, Sorry if I'm in the way. I guess that's it. All right. I think there's enough characters. What do y'all think? I think we're pretty good here. All right, so let's add some details, y'all. Let's get this party started. And I think I have the other creature's legs and stuff is up here, but I'm not gonna really worry about it because it really doesn't. It really doesn't look too bad with no. No bottom half. You could just be sitting up there.
This could be something right here in front of him, but we'll worry about it when we, yeah, when we can't focus on doing anything else but that. And this marker is 1, 2, 3. That's not it. I think this one is dry, like beyond. And we'll just throw that one in the trash because I will refuse to keep trying to draw with that marker if you are not going to. Let's do this. I think a lot of these markers are just dry. Wait for it. This one's super dry. It is dry like cotton on it. And what's that do with ha 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 ha. Very funny, very funny. Where did it go? I like the green that I'm using because it has like a different appeal to the color. Now, if you've never seen this stream before, the basis of this is to just add color. I am not thinking that this should be, you got to do all of the details because if you don't make it look like this, it won't come out right and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, because all of this is just, this is you imagining something. That's really what I'm taking this. Really just taking this to that. So a good start is anytime. Like don't wait until somebody tells you. You can just do whatever you want to do to get started. Let me just okay, let's check this. Definitely. I'll probably do the claws a different color too. I'm gonna do the yellow. I'm gonna do this in this color here. That color there. Yeah, let's do it in this color. Because all of the extra fill-ins, I can just add another color as well, and that'll be some other time, but we're just gonna keep going as fast as possible.
I don't know. I like the colors so far. I mean, you could do with some additives. You don't have to. Like I said, we don't have to stick to anything because this is me just using all of the markers to do a nice fill. Yep. So a good outline. I guess we could use red for the outlines. The inner lines. I like that. That's safe. Because it kind of looks like it could be, oops, getting paint on my hands. Yep. And then we can add some black there. Maybe and add some black in here too. Oh, that's gonna be crazy. Yep, that's gonna be super crazy. Yeah, I don't think I want to add any more like lighter colors to it because the white background already has the highlight of the colors. So um, yeah. Yep. Well, there's our first character filled in. I like it. Oh wait, his eyeballs. Let's get the eyeballs right there, or his eye stalks. Um, let's fill in this character too. So these are all my characters on a shelf. I call this Neon Nest. Black, maybe black. Black. And there's another character here too. We're gonna make him darker. And put you with a red outline. I keep saying outline. Maybe it's an outline because it's on the inside, but it is definitely not an outline. I don't know what the word is, but an inline? Maybe that's what it is. It's called an inline. You know, like you're waiting at the restaurant and you're waiting in line to get seated. That's what it is. 100%. All right, this character here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it right there. I like that one. This one. Yep.
for sure. Let's add black in here. Yep, that looks about right. And give this guy. And do the inside. So I'm using the same colors rather than jabbing at other colors because like I can use purple or I can use a different basis, but if I stick to the same colors, the eyes will acknowledge the fact that the colors are identical rather than me going and doing something else, something else, something else. And I like that part. That part is key. That's what I like to do. Well, I guess that's what fits for this part of it. And I still have this yellow in my hand, so let's add yellow somewhere. Let's just give you yellow for your eyeballs. And let's give you a yellow hat. You have a yellow hat now. Thanks to the marker. The marker saved the day. And let's see. I mean, we could just do this one in all black too. I wouldn't mind if we just kind of filled that in. Wait, does it go this way? Yeah. Whoops. No mistakes here. Yeah, let's fill. Gonna fill this. And so the goal is not to try too hard, because when you try too hard, you're doing too much. We just want to add some simplicity to that. And yeah, just some simplicity. Get that there. Gotta add some black for the eyes here. We have green. Gonna add some green in here. And we'll make the rest of the body just fill this in. We have red. I like it. And then we'll add some yellow. Actually, you know what? Let's just go back to the green. Let's see what the green will do. Cause chaos? Okay, let's do that. That character is like that. We'll add that. We'll add some yellow, green, whatever color I'm trying to see. I'll just add that. Just add yellow. I believe that works. Yeah. Yep. What do y'all think? Yellow. And we're gonna do the same thing to this other character. And that has that looking face. And we'll add peach. Oh, this is apricot. Take that back. We'll add apricots. Oh yeah, that apricot did something crazy with that red. That's cool. Yep. All right, so we still have our creature up here. Let's add red to him. It seems to be like, I don't know what direction it's facing in. Oh wait, you know what? Let's take that back. Let's add some red up here to this. And then we'll add this apricot as well. Yeah, apricot. Yeah. What's up, bro? Okay, cool. You want to take them? Some water, some shoes, sunglasses, some wipes. The whole nine, bro. Gotta go sometime, bro. All right, so this character was apricot. So this character has to be like green or yellow, or I could just do black with red again. That could be cool. But I don't know what shape it has. It is a weird shape, so so just gonna draw on what I think is the shape of this. And then what's up, Omizu? How you doing today? How's the day treat you, man? I didn't even see you creep up in there. I appreciate you being here. All right, so I think I wanted to use apricot again, but I think I might use the yellow. The yellow might turn out well because I like how the red turned out. You know what? Let me add red to this one too. I'm gonna add red to the outer because I like how the color mitches. That's a new word. I'm gonna say that's mitch. Color mitches. So I want it to look like it's like skin, like folds of skin, skin. You said pretty good. I was just live. Yeah, I saw that. I couldn't chime in, but I'm glad you're here though. It's cool. I'm glad you got some live in there for sure. I said I was gonna add red, green. Oh no, I said I wanted to do apricot, but hmm. Because I don't want the both of the characters to be the same. I want the colors to kind of push each other apart. So I think I might just add green and see where that takes me. I don't mind. Yep, I do not mind. I see you. You're still working on that project, though, man. I find that interesting. I really wish I could work on a project that long. Um, the crab, because there's a show coming up. I have a show coming up on what was it? The it's in July. Now I don't even remember the date. That's so weird. But I had the first week that we had talked about what the show's theme was, I automatically went home and started painting. I was like, I'm not even wasting no time. So I already finished the first painting and like that was it. I was like, all right, I'm done. Like I'm not gonna spend the whole entire 2 months, working on it. Matter of fact, because the last show that I had, we had started talking about it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go home and start working on it right now. And I did, and I finished it. So sometimes it's like really hard for me to stick to like one thing for a very long period of time. Even if it has like a bunch of details, I'm like, just get it done. Because what happens is a lot of times I'll be like, I don't want to do it no more. I just don't like. I don't feel like, yeah, and that'll be it, and I'll stop working on it, and that's all she wrote. And I don't know what that is. Um, they call it. Um, hold on. There's a word for it. I have it in my phone. Hold on. What I used to work. You said this is looking good. Some artists take 2 to 5 years between shows. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And what happens is if I don't, I'll get bored or yeah, because like
I think the last show, like the last show before I moved to Virginia, was maybe a year and a half, like maybe a year and some change or something like that. And um, you got the beanbag chair too if you want. Or you just want one? Okay. Make sure you get your water. Yep. And a snack. Water and some snacks. Everyone has their limits. You know it's really crazy too, because I mean everybody works on something different, right? And so if you're working on something that has like that type of energy to it, sometimes you just don't know what to do or you'll stop doing it. And that's how I've learned throughout the years. Um, and like I said, it's just something I've learned to do. They call it. Hold on, I have the definition. I looked up what the definition of what I do. Um, let me see. It is called. It's called creative pressure management. That's what I like to do. I like to work under pressure. So just like I said, I worked on um, I worked on the painting and I was like, just get it done. I spent a week and a half painting it and then that was it. I was like, this is good. And then we had a critique last week and they were like, yeah, you should just put you should put in the back of, the photo, you should put some shadow creatures that look like they're underwater. And I went home and I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm not going to do that. And not for any other specific reason. It's just right then and there. It just didn't seem like a good idea. Although I'm gonna go back and I'm probably gonna do it because like I like to take when people say things, it means something. So it's not like I didn't hear anybody. Just like at that point in time, it didn't feel like pressure. But the show's coming up, so I'll wait until there's pressure and then I'll get it done. And that's just the way my mind works, and I accept that. Yep, I accept that for what it is, and I don't judge myself, but it's called creative pressure management. It's not it's not when people are procrastinators. I'm not a procrastinator. I won't do that. I won't wait until the last day. I've done that when I was in like high school. I'd wait till the last day to do homework or something, something, something. But in the end, it's like it feels good to know that I know what I'm doing and I know I'll still get it done, but I'll get the best results out of the situation. 100%. That's what it is. 100%. Yep. So I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I'm reaching across. Let me see if this character. But yeah, like I like that though, Mizu. I don't know what your call to action is, like when it comes down to your artistry. Other than the fact that I've only seen you had one commission, that you were vlogging and everything. Um, but it's interesting that everybody has their own way of getting things done. Because I know that was pressure for you, right? It was a whole lot of pressure that I'd never seen in other people. So yeah, I'm just talking. All right, his hat needs to be like just black. So what did I add? Black with green? Yeah, we'll do green. We'll add green.
He's got a green hat now. Look at that. Look at that. This guy, I think he should be. Yeah, I'll give him an apricot color too. You're apricot, my friend. Yeah. Yeah. And I would have to make this. I'm gonna make this more red. Yep, there we go. You said what commission? I've forgotten already. You said what commission? Oh shoot. Well then I forgot too then. We're not gonna go back down there. Absolutely not. If that's not where we're gonna go, then we're not gonna go there. Absolutely not. You said what commission? I love it. I freaking love it. You said no commission this year. What are you talking about? All right, so let's add red. I like adding red at this point, so we're just gonna keep adding red to. Oops. It's gonna keep. Gonna keep this red alive. Yep. Add black to his eyes too. That yellow is really. There we go. Now he can see. Absolutely. Let's go. And let's add yellow to him. I mean red. I mean purple. I mean black. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3. I'm not even going to count. We have a bunch of characters we still need to fill in. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip this so we can work from left to the middle. I feel like that's off too. Why you do that? There we go. We'll let the cat hold the. All right, so I got this right here. We're gonna add black. So I think the eyeball should be. That. And how do I go to this one? Outside, looking in. Ooh, I did it right. Did I do it right? I don't think I did it right. I think I should have left this outside. Oh no, it's upside down too. That's what's really getting me. That's fine. We'll work with it. And then we'll add more red. Yep. Red's our outline color, our inline color. Yep. And then we'll add, let me say green. We'll make it green. You're green now. I already said it. You're green, sir. Green. There's nothing you can do about it. Mm-hmm. Yep. Green all the way through. Oh, that turned a little bit of yellow in there. How'd you do that? That turned yellow. Huh. Maybe because of the white? Probably because of the white. Green and white makes yellow, huh? Oh, I didn't know that. Learn something new every single day of the week, huh? All right, what other color do I have to add? Can you make your eyes red though? Should your eyes be red? Should they? Everybody else's eyes are completely filled in. Let's see. I'll make our character with actual arms. We're gonna make him make you green. No, we're gonna make you apricot too. Absolutely apricot. That's what it's gonna be called. Yep. My apricot. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think the apricot and the red give like a really realistic color to the skin until I run out. And then I don't have any more. Then it's all gone. It's all gone. And what's your face gonna look like, sir? Sir? We're gonna make you green? Green? Black? Can we do black? Black? What did I just do with the marker? Where did the mark? Oh, that's right here. We'll just add. Oh man, I messed up already. Oh. Oh man. We'll just add green here. No, no, no. There we go. Perfect. All right, so let's add something to this one. We're gonna give you red. We're just gonna follow some of these little spindly things that look like waves. Nice. I'll just hold you right here because you're moving way too much, Mr. Poster. And we're gonna go up. And then we're gonna go down. We're riding the waves today. Shout out those who are going to the beach today. Because it's 80,000 degrees outside. And we're gonna go back down. And we're gonna go back up. And we're gonna follow. Perfect. Your eyes are gonna be deceiving your brain because
Those colors are crazy. Oh wait, let me add. Let me add this as green though. I'm gonna add green here. You are green, sir. And then we'll add whatever the heck the red marker went. All right, I don't need this marker in my pocket. And I don't need the blue one. I don't know if I'm gonna use yellow again. Because I think I found the two dominant colors that I want to use. So, and we're just gonna outline or inline you, and then we're gonna add apricot too. Everything's gonna be, you guessed it, apricot. Perfect. Kinda don't want to color all of them in because I already added red. That's a waste of paint if I just go over top of the red like that. But we did a good job. Absolutely. You said I had someone or thing trying to fish for my info under the disguise they were interested in portrait commission. Oh shoot. Oh, I get that. How did you handle that situation, man? That's wild. I hear exactly what you're saying, and yeah, that's wild. I hear exactly how you worded that. Yeah, how did you figure out that? Um, or you don't even have to discuss it at that point. But that's crazy. Black, and then we're gonna just do apricot again. You know, we'll put green in here somewhere along the way. But I like apricot because, like I said, it looks like a skin color rather than like a marker. I mean, obviously it's a marker, but it just looks like it has more reason to be attached to the character color play. The character's color play. All right, so we got this creature, which it looks like it's upside down. So we're gonna add black to the eyeballs. I'm gonna put that right there. That's perfect. Oh, that was perfect. And then we're gonna make your head red. And then we're gonna throw in green. I think green would be a good color for you. Oops, ran over the red. Did not mean to do that. And the rest of the body, will do the same thing to the rest of the body. We'll just make them a green character until my brain and my head tells me something different. But we're gonna do whatever we want to do. You want to know why? Because I made it. That's what I did today. And guess what? I'm having fun too. Every single time. Yep. Okay, got green all over my brand new fingers. Got it. Probably should have waited till that dried a little bit before we went in there so aggressively with our red. So these right here, I'm thinking that they were fingertips or fingernails, but honestly, I don't know what they are. I have no clue. Maybe I'll make them yellow, but it just really depends on if this green is going to do something like I've never seen happen before. Yep. You said when they tried to send the payment through, Vimo then sent a fake pic saying it failed and that they needed me to send them the email for that account. I texted back nope, and that we're done. Yeah, somebody tried to get me too because I was trying to get something done, and I was like, wait, why do you need me to verify and send you that blah 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 blah? And I was like, bro, like you doing too much to get a commission. Like you're just doing too much. So then he was like, oh no, it's this is the way this is the way I do it, and well, and I was like, no, like you freaking doing too much. Like these are simple processes to get done because I've done this a lot. Like I've done this. Like you can't tell me that you're gonna try to do something different, and then I'm just supposed to go along with it because it don't work like that. Like it just really don't. And I'm not gonna let these new people try to figure out how to finesse. Like nah, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. There's always something, but I value that, man. I appreciate you sharing that too, because yeah, it helps that we all know what we're up against. Because everybody trying to make money. I get it. We're all trying to make money. Yeah. Every single day we're all trying to gain an income so we can live better. But you can go play in the streets with that for real, for real. I'm not here for you trying to capitalize on, something I didn't realize was part of the scam. And usually, what I do is if I'm in a predicament like that, Amazon's got me a couple times. I'll buy something and it never shows up. So then Amazon's like how they handle business is really crappy sometimes. So they'll be like, well, if you received it and it's damaged, you can send it back. But if you've never received it because it says it's been delivered, you're never going to get your money back from Amazon. And I hate that. And I work for the company and I hate that. And so I just call my bank up and be like, hey, there was somebody who didn't go through with a transaction that they said they were going to do. I never received my item. Can I get my money back? And my bank will be like, yeah, sure, absolutely. Don't worry about it. We got it. Absolutely. And they'll just contact, I'll just give them the information of what happened. And they'll contact and they'll just keep it moving. We put in an investigation and we just keep it moving. I'm so glad that I figured out how to maneuver through these obstacles of things because that's what they do. That's what these companies are here for to help you. Because I'm spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on things that you're supposed to give to me because I purchased it and I don't get it. That's not fair. Don't tell me life's not fair at that point because no, that's not how you do a transaction, my friend. And especially if we met in person and you try to do some funky stuff like that, I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna put you all the way down. You want to know why? Because I'm from a different world. I don't play that. I really don't, and I don't have time for it either. Nope. I don't have time for none of that stuff. None of it. So we're gonna add red to this and this. But I like this character. Like he could have any face in the world. Like I could just put like Spider-Man eyeballs up there. Is that Spider-Man? That looks like Spider-Man. My son, he calls him Spooderman. He calls all spiders Spooters. So yeah, we're gonna add some Spooderman colors in there. Yeah. Guess who's gonna save the day? Not this Spooter. Not at all. He is 1, 2, 3. Not it. But he does look like Spider-Man now. Not even gonna lie. He does. He has all the attributes of Spider-Man. Yeah, he does. He does, he does. He says scammers have their ways and we need to be able to recognize the signs. Now, I guarantee there's a way to change all of that, but once we start making changes, they're gonna make changes too, because they're like, well, let's just do it this way and see what we can get. As soon as that first one worked, they're gonna tell all the scammers. They're gonna spread it so far and wide. They're like, yeah, I got that dollar out of this person. Do it this way. And it's crazy because I'm pretty sure that's how they have evolved throughout the years too, is doing it that way. But like I said, I know of a way that we can hinder all of those possibilities. And if I say it out loud, it probably would go into effect as soon as I say it, and that would cause anarchy, and people would be very upset. But it would change the dynamics of how we do transactions forever. Well, maybe for a very, very long time. I wouldn't say forever, because once again, you gotta make changes and everybody go with it, and then we figure it out from there. Uh, yeah, but it's interesting because as long as I can remember, there's always been like these weird little bugaboo like scams and people trying to do different things in order to get different situations to go their way, and I understand that. But you can't mess with people like you can't mess with people mentally, because a lot of times it's a mental game that they play, and it's not healthy for anybody. Let's put an eyeball right here. I made that perfect circle. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And we're gonna put that right there. That looks good though. And let's add yellow. I haven't touched the yellow one, probably for a reason, but we're just gonna add yellow and see what this character looks like. Now, if we want to go back and we want to erase this, you can't. So this is all permanent. What is done is done. You said, oh, well, it could have been green. Oh, well, well, rewind it back and listen to what I just said. You can't change it. Oh, I didn't even see this character right here. Let's put some eyeballs on him too. We got black and red. Let's do red. Let's give you a red outline here. Oh, that was close enough, right? And here. Nice. And we're gonna give you some red on the inside. This side. I'm so glad I picked the white paper today. Because if I didn't pick the white paper, it would have been black paper all over this wall. And although I do like using the black paper, I can't use red for everything. You know what I'm saying? Just for something. I do like those are my two favorite colors are yellow and red. So that's a pop quiz. If you ever want to know if I have like
a sweepstakes or something, and you have to guess those two colors, that's the two colors. I'm not gonna repeat it because you can just go back and rewind it, go back and push the button, and it'll tell you. But those are my two favorite colors. I kind of use them a lot. And I think the rest of the world uses it too, because every time I go to buy those two color markers, they're never in stock. And I asked the one lady one time, she was like, "Oh yeah," she's like, "Oh, you're just gonna have to wait till the next shipment." And then I was like, "Well, when's the next shipment?" She said on Thursday. And I was like, "Oh, for real?" I was like, "All right, well, I'll come back up on Thursday." I get up in there and there are no freaking colors that I need. And I'm like, who is doing this? Somebody is literally waiting to do what I just did, wait till they get a shipment in, and buy every single color. Every single color. And I'm like, well, why do they do that? Because now it's got me thinking, are they reselling the colors? That's what they're probably doing. They're probably like, you know what? I can get this for this amount, put it online, and sell it for this much. Yeah. Probably get them at a discount too, and then resell them for the regular price. Yep. You said scams are usually similar to one another once you understand how the scam works. You're right. You're so right. I remember that they had these guys who would go to your mailbox and take your mail and then let you know that one of your bills were due and that you had to send them money as soon as possible, right? But you didn't get that letter in the mail, so you don't know how much it costs. And I was like, man, this is crazy. But that was a long time ago. This is before all digital stuff started to be like, go online and pay your bill or something. So they really had a thing going for a while, and they would really go up to your house, take your mail before you got it, and then call you and let you know, or it's like, hey, this bill, what what are you doing? Like, you're not paying this bill? We're gonna shut your lights off. They had it so down packed, it's wild. Cause then they got all the information from your mail. Yep, they sure did. I like this red character up here. Let's keep that red. Let's keep that. And how do I know about that scam? How do I know? You gotta ask me, how do I know? If you don't ask me, I'm not gonna tell you. I like this one. This one's a good one. I think I might keep his eyes white too. I feel like that's like Spider-Man's. Like, I think that's like his pet. And I'm gonna make his eyes red though. Hold up. I'm gonna make the interior. Yep. Looks good. I like that one so much. All right, we got Mr. Snail down here at the bottom. And I think I'm gonna make him like snail color. So we're gonna add some black first. And then we're gonna go all the way around. This feels like cartoon snail color. Add some black here. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'm in the corner, aren't I? Alright. And I think we're gonna make these. We're gonna fill those in. And what did I say? Apricot? We're gonna do apricot on the ends. Wait, I'm gonna add red too. This definitely reminds me of a snail that I've seen before. All right, gonna fill this in.
So if you get the opportunity to purchase one of these posters that I make and you look at it and you're like, why didn't this dude fill in the rest of the color? Well, that is because if I fill in all of the color of everything, then I won't have any more color in the marker. That means I have to go back to the store, buy more, and that kind of defeats the purpose of using the marker. I just had to say it like that too. That's so funny. I'm just playing. I just think it's a cool way to like add some detail, but not going crazy with it. Maybe she was BSing and they never ordered them. Wait, who is she? Who we talking about? I missed that. Are we talking about the previous one for my Amazon packages that I never received? Is that what we're talking about? Cause yeah, Amazon got me on that one a couple times. Got me on that twice this year. Twice, 2 times. And I was like, wait, I'm spending how much? And I'm not gonna get my package? I waited for a month and a half to try to receive something and I never got it. And I was like, oh, they got me. And I thought about it just like that. I was like, damn, I got scammed. I was like, that made me feel like mentally, it just made me feel like I was a dumbass. And I'm just gonna say that for real, because sometimes it just makes you think more than the whole situation is like, damn, I got played, like I got played out of something, that could have just been handled a whole different way. And yeah, that's the truth of it. Yeah, but I got my money back though, so I ain't tripping. Whoever got my money, you're the GOAT. You got me on that one. Will it happen again? Probably not. Not in this lifetime. No, sir. Not in this lifetime. I was like, dang, I wish I knew where they lived at. I wish they would have gave me like their address for. I was like, you know what? I would have just taken a flight. Let's go find out what kind of business y'all doing out here, and so, wherever the freak y'all trying to say y'all delivering stuff from. Cause I'm like, I never. It said it was no. It said it was in. What was happening? I don't know. Something stupid. What they were doing, and it was like it just never got delivered. You know what I'm saying? It said it was delivered, but I was like, man, you can't tell me that y'all spend that much time trying to deliver something. I was like, even if it come from China, even if a tariff caused it to be delayed, even if I was like, ain't no reason for a month and a half for a package not to be delivered, bro. I was like, it don't work like that. I was like, Amazon will be out of business. You're gonna take a month and a half for some random stuff. I was like, even buying a car on Amazon, it won't even take a month. I'm so sorry, it just don't work like that. Somebody gonna deliver that thing, and you gonna get it on time because you paid for it. 100% because you paid for it. And that's how business works. Yeah, if they want to sell 2 more cars this month, they gonna have to get it done right. If not, somebody gonna be in trouble. Somebody. Somebody. And yep. I got this rabbit here too. Let me add black to this surface right here. Let's go. And what color are we gonna add? We could do green, yellow. We can do yellow. Let's do yellow. Oh, let's paint yellow, not do yellow. That sounds really. It sounds like I don't know what I'm talking about. We're just gonna do yellow. Yeah, I have never been painting in my life if I ever just say I'm doing yellow or doing a color ever again. Because what are you talking about? Yeah, let's go. All right, so we're like halfway through this. we still have these two characters to do over here, and then we're done with the characters. We still have to fill in all of these empty spaces, and we're going to do those with squiggles. So if you're still here waiting for the squiggles to happen, I appreciate you. You're the GOAT. Thanks for waiting for the squiggles to happen. Because what I like to do is I like to make sure that the whole entire page of what I'm doing, drawing, coloring, blah, 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 is completely filled. And I learned that the hard way. Somebody told me that the painting I did didn't have enough. And I was like, oh, I didn't notice that. They was like, well, why don't you just add some of this and add some of this and do this and do that? And you should probably do it this way. You should probably add another character. Or you should probably add some this. And you should probably put some light sources here. And then you should probably, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do any of that. Because all of that sounds like I'm about to do a whole nother painting. And that's too much work. Why don't I just add squiggles to it? And you know what they said? That sounds like a good idea. And that's what we went with. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right, so is this character going to get some eyes? I believe so. Let's go ahead and add those eyes in there. Oh, they're real deep in there too. God dang. Oh, they're real deep. Oh well. Should have saw me coming around the corner then. Should have saw it. Wait, I'm gonna add, yeah, I'm gonna add red. And we're gonna add black. Up here. And up here. Yep. I like it though. I think the black should be, I'm gonna add more into this space. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Let's do that. Let's just make this entire character. Oops. Looks like we are gonna need to shake it. There we go. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yep. So if you wanted me to add another color to this, you can just use your imagination and act like that color. I'm just playing. That sounds really bad. Why did I say it like that? I mean, because like any color will work, right? Black has all the colors. So just pick one. Yep. Just pick a nice color and stick with it. How'd I keep drawing over there? I keep drawing on his freaking toenails. What do you think? Is he scary or what? He has no irises. Zero. Zero iris. Zero. Well, I did good. I want to stand on the other side. Let's do that. Let's just. But I keep tripping over every. Oh, blah. All right. Let's see if we use our left hand. Let's see what dynamics we get into. Actually, I should have drawn this way too. Should I? Yeah, let's draw. And then we add, is it yellow? Yeah, it's yellow. And then we add yellow. I forgot the way that I drew his leg was up against the, there you go. It's up against the wall right there. Okay, so we have we have 3 characters, and this is gonna be so quick. We're gonna do this in like 3 minutes. Like 30 minutes. I say 30 minutes because I'm gonna use my left hand. Oops. Oops. Now I'm a professional, but sometimes it takes me in a different direction when I use my left hand. Um, but you know, it's neither here or there. It's not gonna make you know mistakes or anything like that. Nope, no mistakes over here. We'll use red for our interior. I think a lot of the red went for the interior of these characters as well. And if you have an issue with that, you could probably try to draw this yourself. I encourage people to do what I'm doing right now in some way, shape, or form because it is beyond like fun to do stuff like this. And even though it probably took me like 2 hours to finish this, I'm talking about my future self, I'm so glad we do this. For real, for real. It's like a different dynamic to get into. Because I get up and I think about things and I'm like, no, you can't do that. And then I turn around and I'm like, oh, I see myself doing that. And I'm like, wow, who is really in charge? Because I'm actually drawing on the wall right now. You know, that's how I think about it. Like, who is this person creating a masterpiece? And you know what? Anybody can do this. Anybody can make a circle because I definitely couldn't make a circle there. I don't know what was going on there. That circle, 1, 2, 3, not it. It's just not it. But we're gonna fill in, yeah. And I wanted to use my right hand when I'm on this side because I know my hand's in the way. But I'm trying to keep my ambidextrous lifestyle 100%. You know what I'm saying? You just sometimes you just gotta go for it and see what she says about it. I'm glad we got options, y'all. I'm just so glad we have all of the options. I don't think I want to make the beak the same color because there's a lot of red. Let me add some peach in here too. Gonna add some peach. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that looks so good. Dang, I didn't know. I just didn't know it looked this good, y'all. I didn't. We're here for it. Yeah. And I think I'm gonna do the body. Can I do the body the same color? Yellow, red. I mean, I only have like 3 colors I've been using anyway. Black? Maybe I use black. Let's see what black does. Let's just, yeah, let's just use black. And go for it. Oh wow, that's perfect. Oh, that's exactly the way I wanted it to look too. Thanks to my left hand. Appreciate you being there through all of the good times, struggles. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my wingman. My left hand is my wingman. Yeah. Take my right hand off the steering wheel, let my left hand drive, and we're good. We got here. That's what I tell all my passengers too. I was like, well, we got here, right? Yeah, we got here. That's all that matters. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Looks like we got ourselves a bird. And this character right here. I think he might be, I don't know. I got a lot of green. There's one, two, three, four, five, six green characters. Not a lot of like yellow or black and red. Well, there's one, two, three, four, five. There's five characters, six color characters in red. Maybe I can just do a little bit of both. I see how the face for this character came out, and I'm not really sure, but I think we could just use apricot. Let's just do the outline. Let's do outline first in red, and then we'll do apricot. Yeah. Wow, these are the straightest lines I've ever drawn in my entire life. And you know what? I might have to start using my left hand more often to do straight lines. Yeah, that's what I think we should do. I do not have a problem with that at all. All right, so we're gonna fill the eyeball in. I swear, like once you start using your other hand, something about your brain just carries good signals. As long as you don't give up, your brain will be like, all right, well, I think we're doing a good job. And just it just carries you to victory. I believe it. And it's the proof's right here. Those lines they're unbelievably straight. They're the straightest things I've ever seen. Ever. All right, let's fill this thing in. Yep. No, no, no. I'm hungry. Oh shoot. I'm so hungry. Hey, what did y'all eat today? It's like that Monday. You got that Monday work schedule. Get home and you're like, what am I gonna make today? I need some new recipes because I can cook, right? I've hosted dinner parties like forever at this point. I can cook, but I did sushi. I did a sushi bake for my niece because she said that she wanted to try something new, and I can do that. I looked up the recipe and was like, all right, let's do this. And I did it with chicken as well. We had shrimp. No, we had crab meat, shrimp. Did it come with shrimp? Now I'm trying to think of it. Whatever. We did sushi, right? It's a sushi bake. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it sounds like a lasagna, but with Asian cuisine. You know what I'm saying? So I had I had the idea that I would do it with chicken too, and you make it with rice. Make the rice first, put it down at the bottom, and then you're gonna bake everything together. And that's pretty much what they call a sushi bake. It's like an American something something. Um, but I did that, and I was like, check mark, because I've never done that experience before, and everybody said it was delicious. I seasoned it and everything, and added some. Uh, what was the word? Hold on. I added sriracha chili, and but that was like on the side because it was telling us on the sushi bake, whoever was making theirs, they had put sriracha, and I was like, nah, bro, you can't add all of that stuff. It's not edible at that point. So, but it came out really good, and I baked it. It was just like you have to figure out what you're doing in order for it to come out right. So, long-winded, but I would like to try something else different. And I don't mind going to the store and spending $6,000 for one meal for a night, because that's what it felt like I did that night. And I was like, what the hell is happening to my bank account? If I mean, I was like one, two, let me see, one, two, three, four. It was like six people, but I felt like it was like $100 a person, if that makes sense. Crab meat, I had shrimp, I had chicken, and then all of every ingredient included. It seemed like it was $100 plate. It was so weird. When we had two containers of food, and I mean everything was pretty much gone now. So I mean it was worth it, but um, I was just like, dang, this stuff is expensive. But I mean, I still have a lot of the ingredients, so I could probably just go and make everything else again. And yeah, and then you got yourself a good meal. All right, let's see. We're gonna add. Should this character be black though? Green, black. Let's do black because I want more. I want. It seems like all of these characters in this corner are green. Yeah. So we'll try to do that. But yeah, I need some new recipes or something y'all got and tried something new, something y'all making for dinner. I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna sit down at your table and I'm gonna try whatever you guys are making. So just let me know where your house is so I can be there on time. Because I'm a stickler for time. I'll be there early, which means I'm on time. Yeah. So I'll be there because I want to try some of the new foods you guys are making. I'm really into that. Just got to tell me where you guys live. Yep. Just tell me your address. Just put in the comment section so I can come to your house and try your food. I'm just playing. But yeah, I want to try some new foods, some new recipes. Not new foods, but just mostly recipes. Because we all pretty much make the same freaking the we all usually have the same ingredients, if that's what it is. Unless you go to like a different country and then their selections is different, which I'm ready for. Like I'm about to start traveling again, so I can get in a few months I'll travel. And I'm gonna get some new recipes and some new tastes and foods and yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Oops. Drawing outside the lines. Yep. All right, so this character will be yellow. Hmm, what I say, black? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just make him apricot too.
You're gonna be apricot too, sir. No. And this is gonna be the last character, and then I can do. So I can stand back and look at what the heck I've been drawing for the last 3 hours, it seems. Because these are 2 hour like experiences. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure this would take me an hour to finish. But because I'm on the wall and I'm talking and I'm using my left hand, uh, yeah, this takes me way longer. Like I said, I've been doing this for 2 weeks. Drawing and stuff. So I'm pretty good at it now. And all of that makes me a lot quicker than I was last week in whatever I'm doing. As long as I'm not drawing on the wall, because that takes way too long. I don't know if you've ever seen any of my other live streams. You guys got to go back and check out my other live streams and see what I'm talking about when I say that these live streams are way too freaking long for me. I'm really into making videos, but I don't know. I just haven't been editing like I really want to lately. So yeah. So we're just gonna do live streams until the summer's over, I think. No. Because then I'll have more shows that I'm doing, and then I'll just be editing. I probably won't be doing live streams. That's usually how it's been going. It'll be like, if I do a live stream, it'll be at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. That's usually how it goes. I'll come home and be like, I have to draw somewhere because I've just been doing show stuff and I didn't get a chance to draw. Yeah, because I usually draw every day. I draw something, I create something magical every single day. Yeah. And I don't know what you guys experience, but if it's anything like work, I'm there every day. Ta-da! I'm there. I'm so there. All right, we are almost done. I appreciate you guys watching. I had a few people watching. I think you guys are my new subscribers that have come back to watch some incredible content, and I appreciate that. I really do. Like I don't think I would be able to do this if I didn't have people watching. I take that back. I'd probably still do this, but the whole subscription thing is interesting because I'm still trying to figure it all out. Because I have people who did subscribe to me, and I still got 10 views on my video. I'm like, I have too much time on my hands, it seems. All right, so all our characters are filled in. I'm in bliss right now. This is so cool. So we have some color choices because we're about to fill in all of the white space here. And then that's the end of the stream, y'all. Y'all can go home and do, hood rat stuff or, decide you want to spend the rest of the day outside touching some grass, all types of fun stuff. Because I've just been holding you hostage here doing drawing stuff. And yeah, that's what we're doing. So I like red. The red marker. Let me see if I can get the other thick red marker real quick. Wherever the heck that went. And then we have, I think we can't add yellow. We can't add any other bright colors to it. We have to add darker colors, dark tone colors. And I can add blue. Well, I have blue, red. The other marker go? Oh, it's at the bottom. How is the red marker at the bottom now? What
What the heck? And oh my gosh. So what did I say? Blue?
We'll add red first.
I think this. Yep. I probably should have turned it around too. Dang it. Maybe red shouldn't have been the color I started with first though. Because I'm seeing how the edges are red too. Maybe I should have added blue first and probably green. And then figured out if I wanted to actually use red at all. But what I'm doing is I'm adding the squiggles, and the squiggles help add surface details that I can't add by drawing. Just that. All right. So just like I said, if you guys want to do what I'm doing right now, you should break out a poster, draw all of what I just made up here, add the squiggles, put my signature, and enjoy something that you just created. Because this is like so much fun for me to do. Like once I fill everything in, it's just like mind blowing. It really is. Like I have to stand back and be like, bro, you really made this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really something that we can all do. You know, like somebody told me one day that they were going to copy my exact drawing, my exact painting, and I was like, man, why are you telling me? You should have just went ahead and did it. Like, what's the point? Are you boasting that you were competent enough? Like, just go out there and do great things for yourself, because that's what life is about. It's not about copying and pasting. It's about doing new dynamic things that help you as a person evolve. That's what you really need to do in life. That's what it is. Because once you see somebody doing something, it'll give you a spark to be like, hey, I can do that too. And that's what this experience is about. Like all of the items, all of the things that I've drawn, all the things that I've made on my channel is for you to have that spark. So you can figure out some great things to do for your time, for your life. You know, share it with your kids, share it with your family. Be like, hey, I made this. Like that's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole entire point of this. Because I mean, I'm not saying that I copy other people, but I get great inspiration because other people have taken that dynamic and they have moved from it and done amazing stuff because of it. And I'm like, I can do that too. I don't think I've ever seen anybody draw like this, but um, you know, just take what you can and leave the rest that you don't need or you can't identify with. You know, that's how all the greater. Am I gonna be able to get back in there? Probably not. That's what all of the greater artists have done. They've taken somebody else's work and made it. I'm just playing. Um, yeah, that's what they've done. They've taken great time in their own initiatives to do something that makes them great too. And we're done there. Because that was difficult trying to get through there. That was real difficult. Yep, you're finished right there. You're finished, dude. All right, so I have to add one more color to it. I think I can add the apricot. Hold on.
because I usually try to add the other color like close to the body. We have red, which is identified already in there, and then I'll just because I thought of using green, but I think green is too green. Maybe it's because I added like all the other color characters were green, so I think this will be just as good. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, take what you can, like I don't think it's stealing if you don't, if you don't try to claim that you were the first and brag and then all of this copyright and blah blah blah. Just make something that feels good and you could be proud of it, Like you can make money off of it, absolutely. Be proud that you're making stolen money. I'm just playing. Just be proud of what you can do, with your time, with your abilities, and you know, no. I think that fits. I like the yellow in the middle, except for this box right here. Nobody said anything about that box right there. Shame on you guys. Shame on y'all. Should have said something about that box because I knew something was missing. Nobody said anything about that super duper uncolored in box right there at all. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said anything. I'm gonna leave it for last. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to leave it. Yeah, I guess I can get through there. Cool, almost touched it. Almost touched them. Don't want to touch the creatures that are in the boxes. They're special little creatures. So I had the idea, right? One day they had like the elf on the shelf. So my brain put together this idea that I could put stuff on shelves. So I went on to Blender. I don't know if you guys know what Blender is. If you don't know what Blender is, you probably need to update yourself on the dynamics of applications that help you design. Because Blender been around for years at this point. But anyway, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to Blender and I'm gonna make these items that you can interact with. So you go inside this dome, and it was shaped like a mushroom or something, but it just had wide shape, and then had the dome shape on top. And so I made shelves all the way around it. You had a door you had a door to the building or the shape of whatever the heck it was. And so you go inside, and there had all these shelves. And then I was like, okay, so what am I gonna put on the shelves? And I was like, oh, just put creatures, just put random objects that if you touch them, they'll interact, right? And so I had this idea, and so I've been using that idea to base most of my drawings at this point now. But yeah, because I want to I want to actually go into Blender and redo what I did, because that was a couple of years ago at this point, and probably no one's ever seen any of this what I'm talking about either. But yeah, it's like an interactive experience, and each item is a different tool that you can use, for entertainment purposes. Um, Let me see. Let me give you an example so somebody can steal that example too. Hold on. I had like a growth serum. So it would make other items grow, like grow larger, something, something, something. Yeah, that's what I did. This one should have been yellow. And then that would have been blue. And then that would have been red. So now you're gonna be yellow. Because you messed up. You made a mistake. Yeah, so I had created that. I just created the whole entire space for all of these things. I think I made like 7 items, and then I got bogged down with something else, and I couldn't get back to it. But that's progress sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta put something down, then find out how you can pick it back up later. And yeah. So that's what these creatures are. So it would be the same thing as me putting them all on the shelves. And just like I said, it would be an interactive space. And you can pick up the creatures, and the creatures would make a different sound, or they would do something, they would walk different, they would blink, or they would make a noise, something. And that's what I've been trying to get back to. Because every day my computer would be like, hey, don't you want to open up Blender today and do something? And I'm like, nah, Blender, open up YouTube so I can watch other people do stuff. I am like 100% like really got to stop that too, because I create something every day, so it's not like I'm not contributing to my habit of things. I really am. I like whatever my habit is, I'm doing it right now. Because I already spent 2 hours doing it, and I'm enjoying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my habit. That's my habit. All right. Let's see. We have our red marker, blue marker, and yeah, I really messed that part up with. Yeah, those colors should have been just like that, but it's cool. Shit happens. All right. Let's add some apricot. Nice. Noises. I don't really want to add any more blue there because it feels like they're just swimming. And then, like I said, I should have been backwards because I want the colors to be, I want them to be like all over the place. And here goes another square to add to. I want the colors to be, I should have started here. Yeah. I want the squares to have different genres of colors. Got you. All right, we're gonna add this one as red in the corner. I appreciate you guys for being here too. I got a bunch of people watching today. We'll go ahead and chalk that up to a good day. And yeah, I almost touched it. I almost touched the creature. No, don't touch the creatures. All right, so this one, I guess you'll be blue. Yellow? All right, I'll do yellow. Yellow, you'll be yellow, sir. Sir, you'll be yellow. Or apricot, sorry, it's not yellow. Those of you who want to go out and buy an apricot color marker, I really rarely ever see this. And I got this from a friend and I just didn't give it back yet. But when she gets it back, I'm pretty sure it'll be empty. So that means I have to buy her a new one just to make sure, we keep our friendship. Because if I give you back a dry ass marker, we gonna be in some trouble.
you're gonna be in some real trouble. Like, I know this marker had ink in it. Why would you give it back to me empty? You can't do that. That's part of the association. You can't do that. You'll be disqualified. They'll take your card from you. And that's really it. That will be the end of all. Um, yeah, conversations. Nope. No more conversations for you, sir. You are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. I mean, I know people are giving me back broken stuff, but you give me back an empty marker, I am calling the police on you for sure. I am absolutely sure I'm calling the police. All right, so what I said I was gonna do, because we got this triangle over here, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a circle. And then we're gonna add a character right there. We're gonna add blue. Then we're gonna add, is it black? No. Blue, red, no. Black, and more black. Let's do that. I'm gonna add 2 little eyeballs here. And then we're gonna fill that in. Yep. And there's our little character. And then we got this little space right here. I usually draw, wait, I have green, hold on. I usually draw on flat spaces like that. I usually draw trees and stuff, so hold on. Hold up. Oh, I gotta change the tip out real quick. All right, so I'm dragging this out just a tad bit because we're pretty much done here. I think this is the same marker, right? This is not, no, this is not the same marker I just threw in the trash. I was about to say, this marker was empty though. So I'm gonna add, I'm gonna add some grass down here. And I know you can't see it because it's super far away from the camera. But I just wanted to make sure that this part of the has some part where you can touch some grass. And there we go. I believe that's it, y'all. What do y'all think? Oh wait, I didn't add anything over here, but that's fine. That's fine. That looks like that'll be, actually, oh man, I didn't, so these corners are not supposed to be red because then that means I don't have a place to put my signature. Oh man, so you know what this means? It's upside down. So let's do this. I'm gonna take this. Be careful because this paper will cut you completely in half if you're too close. All right. Yeah, I like that. Oh, that's hanging. Yep. I like this. This came out good though, y'all. This came out good. So we're gonna put, we're gonna put our signature right here. And boom. I like that. Do y'all like that? Oh, I'm still drawing the grass on the live, aren't I? No, I'm not drawing it live. No. Wait, was that whole part cut out? You didn't even get to see that? Oh man.
I didn't even realize that. Why didn't nobody tell me that that whole part of the side of the stream was cut out? You got the bird. Oh man. That's what it should have looked. It should have been like this, so you can see the whole entire. No, you still can't see it. It's the camera. That's all. Yeah. Ooh, I like this though. I had a really good time making this, y'all. I really did. Or maybe I could just step back and that'll be what it is. Maybe that's it. Oh. Oh. But I like it. I did a good job, y'all. I did a good job. Y'all want a closer view or is that close enough? Because as soon as I start putting it closer, people start leaving. They're like, what are you doing, bro? Like, we like it from this distance. No? Yes? Maybe so. But yeah, that's what I do on my day off. Day off of work. So if you guys like what you see, make sure you subscribe. You can actually buy this poster. It's a one of one until I make copies of it. But if somebody catches me in my DMs or message me on YouTube and be like, hey, I want this, can I get this? I'll be like, yeah, sure. I'll roll it up. I'll put it in the mail and you'll receive it as is. Well, I usually draw on the back of it too, but I think we're gonna have to figure out because it's all white and I don't want the underside to show either. But yeah, this you'll get this as is, and yeah, this is a one of a kind. There will be nothing else like this because usually I don't even draw on white paper. So yeah, sorry, that's just the way it goes. But yeah, I am full of rain, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you like what you see, make sure you come back for more. You don't have to subscribe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, but I'll be here. We'll draw tomorrow again. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We'll draw tomorrow. Yeah. And that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see y'all in the next one.